Hello Nordangus students, and welcome to the second constructing element in our web authoring in HTML and CSS unit. Today we're going to look at using CSS to decide the layout, and of course so far we've just used HTML to write a simple web page, but there's no color and nothing to gauge the interest of the audience. And this is where styles can come into it, where you can add change the layout of that web page to make it much more interesting and improve the quality of the presentation for your audience. And we're going to look at how to configure that layout. We're also going to explore the use of CSS to develop the layout within those web pages. So let's have a look at Notepad++, and I've set up a basic layout with the HTML tags, and within there the head and the body. And we're going to use the head for our style. So here I'm going to create a style which says a tag called style. And at the very bottom, I'm going to close this. And this is where I'm going to add all of our styles inside here. So using the hash symbol, I'm going to create two styles. I'm going to create one called top box with an open squiggly bracket. And I'm going to close that. And I'm going to create another one. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to create another one called main. And inside here, I'm going to put some parameters. So I'm going to call one as width, and I'm going to say 100% width of the window. So whatever size of the window, it will be 100%. And our height will be 200 pixels. And at the end of each line, I put a semicolon. Then I'm going to put color, and I'm going to put yellow. You can put HTML codes for this. You can put the RGB values on here as well. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to just paste this under here. And again, for the main, it will be 100% width. The height will be the same. It will be 100% of the window, whatever is remaining. And I'm going to use cyan. So I've now defined two styles, my top and my main. Now I want to be able to put that within the actual web page, because when I run this, it won't work. It's just going to show a white screen. I haven't assigned this to our page. This is where I need to put them into the body. So I need to use div tag. So div ID, and I'll put in speech marks top box, close speech marks, close the arrow, and then I close that div like so. And then I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to call this one main. So what now should happen is it will look in the body. It will say, I need top box. It will go into style and put that here. And I can also put I can just say this is the top. And I could do the same down here. Of course, I would use my HTML tags for the headings, my paragraph, etc. is the main. Okay, so I'm going to save that. I'm going to just minimize that. And we'll open up this styles page. And at the moment, nothing's happened. It's just showing me this is the top, this is the main. So what's happened here? Let's go back into our bit here. Now what's happened? We've got width 100%, height 200 pixels, color. I've written color, I haven't written background color. So I need to make sure I write background color. You need to make sure you get everything correct to be able to do it. So save that, go back, refresh, and now it puts the width is 100%. So if I make that small, it makes it 100%, which is great. The height, not quite yet, but the width is there. Something else I noticed that's missing is that the height doesn't seem to be correct. And if I'm looking at it, I've got my what my styles seem to be correct with the semicolons after each line, which always is something that is an error. Let's have a look at the bottom part. I've got div ID top box, which is good. Okay, that's correct. And then I've got to have a closing div. Now I've forgotten to put the slash here to indicate it's closing that div. So if I save that now and refresh it, it now will present that correctly on the page. So of course it's little things like this that you want to be careful of. Looking whether you've got your semicolon after each line, whether you put the forward slash for the closing div that you've got correct. That comes to the end of this element. Thank you very much for watching and look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.